Greatest Cards of All Time podcast number 13, Vada Pinson. We have some really cool cards to look at of a really cool baseball player. Center fielder for 18 years, lightning fast, really good on defense, great all-around player is the really interesting part here. And some great cards to go with it, too.
Right. He is a Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer. He is not in the Baseball Hall of Fame, something we can kind of talk about throughout this video.
I would like to get into that, yeah, just a little bit.
So what about some career numbers? I guess I can cover a couple of those. His WAR, something that we've talked about several times on this podcast, his career WAR is 54.2, which is solid. And his total hits, 2,757. That's quite a few hits without being in the Hall of Fame. Now, I don't know if this is still true, but at one point, he had the most hits out of anybody that was not in the Hall of Fame. So
just shy of the magic 3,000.
Right.
So
right. His batting average was 286, which is maybe not the most impressive. That's it's a very good batting average, but
what do you think about the 256 career home runs he has?
Yeah, so I think that's interesting. So it's career home runs. It's just a combination of everything that he's done. So he also had a lot of stolen bases. He had over 300 stolen bases. He had a fair amount of home runs. Actually, there was, I believe, a 9-year span where he averaged 20 home runs. So,
really?
he had some power. He had a lot of speed. There were 2 years that he led the league in hits, 2 years that he led the league in triples, and 2 years that he led the league in doubles. So I think that says a lot about his power and a lot about his speed.
1,170 RBIs.
Right. I saw 1,169, so, whatever, that's very close, whatever it may be. So, pretty good total.
I'm not seeing any numbers that really blow me away, but
Right.
I am seeing some very solid, consistent numbers across the board, too, and he was a great defensive player as well.
Yes, he also had a lot of runs scored, 1,365. So, I don't know the exact stat, but, the game is about scoring runs, and the thing about Vada, he scored a lot of runs. He hit, a fair amount himself with RBI and what have you. But when he got on base, he was a serious threat. We watched one game where, it looked like he beat out a routine infield, should have been an out, and it was an infield hit just because he was just lightning fast. And he hits lefty.
Yeah, that was 1965 Reds at Cubs. Just a mess of a game, but
Right.
really fun to watch. Lightning fast. Didn't even look like a great bunt, but he got there really quick.
Oh, yeah, right. That was a
insane.
bunt. Yeah, right, exactly. So how about a couple of these cards? Why don't we talk about these that we're showing right now? So this is a 1961 Topps. One thing that I've noticed on a lot of these cards, and we've looked at some more vintage cards, is the cartoons on the bottom. I always like those the little comic strip, what have you.
I do like those.
Pretty cool. Usually some interesting stats. Like we talked about on this one, basically it says that he led the National League in doubles in 1959 with 47, something that we covered again.
Pretty cool. I
speed.
always like stats included on the back or little fun facts too. I like the picture. He's is he a male model here?
Yeah, right.
He's kind of flexing, showing a lot of arm skin here.
Well, what I like these old jerseys, how they have the shoulders are a different color than the other jersey. That is something that I think about when I think of like a softball, old school softball or baseball jersey, where they have, like on this other one, the 3/4 length sleeve. That's a different color than the chest on the jersey. It's just something you don't see anymore in baseball, professional baseball.
I like it. I like that card.
Yeah.
Sophomore, stalwarts. Not bad. I like it. It's eye appealing. You do have those color changes at the shoulders there on the very noticeable uniform. I like that. You get the scoreboard in the background too.
Cool card. You don't see a lot of cards like that.
Relax, guys.
All right, we're going to be talking about a couple of other Topps cards. We have 1962 Topps and also 1964 Topps. So the 62 has like the wood panel around it.
I like that. Kind of like the Barry Bonds rookie.
Yeah, kind of like the 87 tops. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of similar. I like how the picture is kind of peeling up, and that's where they then have the player's name.
I did not notice that until you said that. Yeah. That's pretty neat.
It's kind of cool, a little different. The picture, now maybe it's just my card, but the picture itself doesn't really seem all that bright or great. And this card, I guess, is a little beat up.
I like the picture, but maybe the coloring. Maybe you're talking about the coloring or something. Coloring. It kind of looks a little light and unsaturated or something, but still a pleasing picture, and you get some statistics on his season, and some lifetime statistics, too. Those are the two offerings on the back of this Vada Pinson card.
A little picture talking about his rookie year where he tied Red's record with getting 20 hits as a rookie. So, kind of a cool little stat there.
And what about this one here?
Yeah, what do you think about that one? Very similar picture, right? I mean, it almost looks like the same picture.
The color's a little better on that one. It's a little brighter, a little more inviting, I think.
Yes.
Big Reds print across the top.
Yep.
Nameplate at the bottom. Yellow on black. Looks really sharp. He's always got a funky little smile going too, like he's enjoying playing baseball, which is pretty cool to see. And then, is that a scratch off at the bottom left there?
You commented on that earlier. I never really noticed that. I tried looking at that in the light to see. You can kind of read it, so it looks like maybe it wasn't scratched off. I don't know.
Might not be scratched.
We should look at some other cards and see, but that was interesting to point that out.
It's funny, the instructions too. Rub nickel or dime over blank box for magic answer. I think that's pretty cool. Taking a look at a slabbed card, 1973 tops. Looks like number 75 in the set is the correct Vada Pinson. Authentic autograph too, so you get a lot of value in a card like this. Vada Pinson for the California Angels, playing out in the outfield. I believe he was a center fielder for a long time.
Right.
Nice little signature on there. Maybe a little dry on the ink, but I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks
pretty cool.
It's not the best signature. This is actually towards the end of his career. He actually played from 1958 to 1975, so clearly only a couple years left after this. The autograph itself is not the best. I mean, it's just okay, but the price was right, and I wanted to get at least one autograph card of his. So, what do you think about the back? I think that little stat up there.
I think it's a great looking card overall, because even if you're underwhelmed on the front, you flip it over, and then you have, what does this say? Vada works in aerospace and electronics in the off season, so that's kind of impressive.
Pretty cool. He's on a rocket or on a whatever, on a missile or whatever.
On a missile, on a rocket.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Very cool card. Vada Pinson, I guess. Number 75 in the set, like we said. Very cool. Shows some of his minor league statistics, too. Let you know he played in Wausau, which is pretty cool. Wausau, Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin. He actually started at 17. His signing bonus was $4,000.
$4,000?
Yep, that's right. That was his signing
bonus. That sounds like a lot of money. That sounds like a lot of money back then, maybe.
I guess for a 17-year-old it probably sounds good, but nowadays, if you're a first rounder, it's millions of dollars. So.
Yeah. I like the coloring on this card. Overall, pretty cool card. Not my favorite card I've ever seen, but I definitely don't hate it. I like it a lot.
I like that year tops. I think it's kind of a cool year.
And Beckett slabbed and authenticated. Pretty cool.
I like that too.
Last card to take a look at, 58 tops, which happens to be Vada Pinson's rookie year too, so that's very cool because the 58's a very recognizable set, very attractive set. This one you kind of got a ketchup and mustard look on. It's got red on yellow, which really stands out. I don't mind it. I really like it. You have the Cincinnati Reds old school logo that you're pointing out to me there in the bottom right-hand corner of the front of this card. And once again, Vada's smiling. He knows he's destined to be, future legend in baseball. And looks like he's always having a great time. So that's kind of appealing on a card like this, too.
How about this?
Cool rookie card.
Cincinnati Redlegs?
Cincinnati Redlegs.
Have you ever heard them referenced as the Redlegs, even when an old baseball game? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when I was looking into Vada Pinson a little bit, because I have listed here that he played for the Redlegs and the Cardinals and the Indians and the Angels and the Royals. The 4-time All-Star between 59 and 60, because, you can have,
little asterisks on that 4-time All-Star.
2 All-Star games in each season, so...
Was that a 4? That was either a 4 or 5 year span where they had 2 All-Star games a year. So there were a lot of players, or some players during that era, where they'll say 4-time All-Star, but it's really only 2 years.
Right, so take it for what it's worth. 4-time All-Star between 59 and 60. Won a Gold Glove in 1961, so a tip of the cap to his defensive skills once again. Just to kind of give like a physical picture of him, he's 5'11", 170 pounds. And he was inducted to the Reds Hall of Fame in 1977, so pretty cool guy from Memphis, Tennessee.